Guys, it's your boy AD back with another video. Now in today's video, we're gonna be watching Naruto. Was from the Omega Clan Part 1. This is pretty much my 2000 cape, so special because this day I posted a poll basically asking you guys if I should do this video or if Naruto was insane and had a Yandere girlfriend, which she would be insane as well. But yeah, you guys picked this one, so here I'm doing it. Anyways, get this video 25 for the next part, and also sorry about not opening for a while. I was having some issues, like I said in one of my posts that I posted a few days ago. But yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think of this new series, and also let me know which series you want me to do next. Like, if you want me to do the Hanabi next, or this one, or some other one, or even a new one, just let me know what you guys want so I can see which one I should do next. But yeah, anyways, yeah, for further ado, let's just get the video started. Before we get any further, let me know what you guys think of the new intro. And I didn't create this intro. I don't really create intros and stuff like that. I just take it and shit. But I put the link to the people's channel and shit like that, so you can go over there and check it out. So I don't just steal people's stuff. I actually give them credit for it. But yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think about it. And yeah, anyways, we saw this what if of basically the white empty void, as there was basically two people in the world, in the whole area, as neither of them would basically know of each other's existence, as one of them would basically get bored and would want entertainment, as he would basically use his powers to create the universe, the Naruto universe to be specific, as the other would basically realize that he suddenly would basically get dragged into a universe, whatever. The place would change basically, and he wouldn't really care that much, as he would basically live on his basically normal life. Like, he would basically just wake up, do whatever, and then go to sleep, whatever. Until he basically decided to use his powers to create a goddess, as she was the goddess of love, as she basically gave birth to this person's children, creating the Omega Clan, as it was the most powerful clan in the whole universe. Basically, as this man basically perceived to go around the whole universe and kind of run it like overlord, I guess you can say, as there will basically be no one to challenge him, because the other person that had the same powers as him, basically, except the opposite, that the other one had creation powers, this one has mostly destruction powers. The other one basically died from using too much power, all of his powers, basically all of his life force and everything, to create the universe, as he would basically one day his wife would get pregnant, the goddess of love. She would get pregnant once again, as he would basically go to the planet where they were at, the clan is at, as fucking hell, when he messed up again, god damn it. He would go to the planet where there's a clan calling themselves the Otsutsuki clan, as he would basically go there to meet the king, as he would basically beat him up, forcing him into submission, kind of like how Lord Beerus from Dragon Ball did to King Vegeta, basically using him as a freaking footing thing, like a footing stand or whatever. He basically stepped on him and shit like that. He literally wrecked him, right? Basically, he beat him to submission, but he didn't kill him. Instead, he said, "I see your clan is basically a powerful one. Well, basically see that your wife Kaguya will be having a daughter soon. When she basically is born, I want her to basically be my little son's mate and make him happy," as the king would basically agree, As then we skip 9 months later, as the man will basically enter his house to see his wife, the goddess of love, on a bed, basically sweating, as she was basically painting. As the man would basically say, "My love, I have found a way to basically save you from the childbirth, but uh, it would basically we would basically have to send our son away, but we will be able to find and basically bring him back and shit later on." As she would basically cry a little bit, but not as he would put his hand on her stomach, and basically the kid would get teleported away out of her stomach. As we skip over to Miyato and Kushina, as they were doing the stuff, Miyato being on top of Kushina and all that shit, as Miyato basically pump her up and shit, and yeah, she got pregnant, whatever. As we skip a couple of months later, as the birth would basically happen, Kushina get Kurama get released. My bad. The Nine Tails would get released, except this time Naoto has they basically Miyato, when he used the weird death seal, he didn't really think it was possible to split the Nine Tails, so he just sealed all of it inside of himself because he didn't think the Naruto could keep it, the whole thing, so he had to pretty much seal it inside of himself, and he basically died with all of the Nine Tails. So yeah, as we skip over to the Otsutsuki planet, as we see a girl named Yaruko Otsutsuki finally burst out of a testing tube, as she was basically born in yeah, she was basically born there, ever since she's basically, oh my freaking gosh, basically she burst out of the testing tube, as she's been in there ever since she was born, waiting for Naruto to be born, as the tube basically stopped her from getting old till she basically broke it, or someone else did. As she basically broke out of the tube, she basically went in pain, as a seal would appear on her stomach, as it looked like Naruto's seal from canon, but hers didn't have the Nine Tails, but instead it had the 10 Tails Beast, which I'm pretty sure every single Otsutsuki actually have one of these, as it was actually linked to, yeah, freaking hell, it not only have the 10 Tails in her, but it also linked her to Naruto, so like they could create a mindscape together, pretty much kind of like the Tail Beast. As yeah, as we skip over to Naruto as well, the same exact thing happened to him. Like he went in pain, as a seal will appear on his stomach as well, but this one only has a link to Yaruko, but no 9 Tails or anything like that. As yeah, we go back to Yaruko. I should basically grow up learning how to interact with people, and yeah, and also he should basically, like, when your two kids go on like missions and stuff like that to destroy planets and all that stuff, when they come back, she usually is the one who eats the chakra fruit, because she needs a lot of chakra to make her stronger, as she would basically be the strongest of all the Otsutsuki at this point. And she was basically always told that she has a mate waiting for her, and that she will basically be his wife, and I should basically want to meet him to see what he's like, and make sure that he's like a, like, pretty much she wants to make sure that he's a strong person, because, and worthy and shit like that, because she's kind of prideful in this one, being not really like stuck up or anything like that. She just has pride, alright? As basically she was basically told her life how she was basically strong and shit like that, so you kind of, yeah, you kind of get a little bit of pride from that. As yeah, we skip over to Naruto as he was basically hated like in canon due to the seal being in his stomach and people thinking that he has nine tails, but he really doesn't. As he would basically be attacked on daily basis by the villagers and all that stuff, and yeah, they'll beat him up, and yeah, he would like every time they would beat him up, he would get mad, and then he would basically black out as ev and like when he wakes up, everything and everyone around him will basically get destroyed, but he wouldn't really care that much and understand why. But he was interested, he was curious about why it keeps happening like that, but he didn't really care, to be honest. He was just like, okay, I'm gonna just go on with my life. So yeah, that's basically what Naruto is thinking right now. As Naruto basically, yeah, as you basically, freaking hell, bro. Yeah, he would basically live like in canon, except he didn't really care about the village all that much. Like he doesn't really care about the Leaf village. If somebody attacks it, like let's say Pain came in the village and it was like Shin Watenshi and blow up the whole place, he wouldn't really care all that much. Like he would probably try defending it because that's like the place I lived, but like he doesn't really care too much. Like he wouldn't go nine tails mode and shit like that basically. Even though you can't really eat more to be honest, but yeah. You get what I'm trying to say. Anyways, as he would basically yeah, as he wouldn't really understand why he doesn't really care about the village or the whole world, to be honest. But he didn't really care, like I said. But yeah, anyways, he would live a pretty bad life, as not even the third Hokage would like him. The even the freaking Iruka wouldn't really like him. Yeah. Anyways, but what's it called? Ichiraku is like he's a goat. You can't make him. You can't make him hate Naruto. I mean, but yeah. Anyways, basically, yeah. Azota would basically like you would think something is kind of off with Naruto. Like you think Naruto's kind of like a strange person, and like he starts to unconscious freaking hell. Like he just like starts to think to himself that he's like weird and shit. Like he's kind of off. There's something off about him, and unconsciously he's like thinking that he could be a threat or whatever. As yeah. Anyways, he's also a little bit like a tiny bit scared of Naruto to some degrees, as Naruto basically run out of money for this month due to people basically in the village charging him a lot of money and shit. Like you know how his rent was like double the normal price, and like food and everything was like pretty much double for him. As yeah, as he would basically go to a random shop and basically took away a bag of food and like because he had to, because he didn't really have enough money anymore. As unfortunately for him, the third Hokage was basically walking by. As you'd see Naruto stealing the food, as he walked to Naruto and grab him and start basically beating on him. As some villagers would join in, as what's it called? As some villagers were in, and they will basically start saying a demon like you shouldn't pretty much be born and shit, and like you should have enough money to buy food. As then Naruto would get pretty pissed off, but then explosion would happen, and we see basically Naruto rising like basically oh my gosh, bro. We basically see Naruto's body rising up from the crater, as he had a purplish aura around him, kind of like how you see how the true Shinron was like this purple aura one, they kind of like that, but like on Naruto's whole body. As oh yeah, this is basically Naruto's clan sign thingy. This is what his clan thingy looks like. You need to have this bracelet on your hand to be part of his clan. So yeah, as so yeah, sorry about that. I got majorly interrupted last night, but yeah, anyways, basically Naruto rose up from the beating or whatever. He was like rising up and shit, and like basically he was surrounded by purple aura, as Naruto would basically be like really wouldn't be conscious, so like it's just his body literally moving on its own, kind of like Ultra Instinct, I guess you can say. But yeah, it just basically he raised his hand and then saying Hakai, as a purple blast would basically shoot from his hand, hitting the civilians all around the area, as they'll basically all disappear, in the buildings as well, some of them, as yeah, everything would they should just get destroyed, as he would float down with another purple blast pointing like in his hand, as he basically slowly flew down to Hiruzen, as he would point it at his face basically. But as he was basically getting ready to shoot it, as you hear a boom, as Naruto basically gets sent flying away, as he would hit into a couple of buildings and basically go through them and shit, getting sent all the way like far away and shit. As we basically see Yayako standing there, as she basically just kicked him, as she basically fly away trying to basically go find him. Yeah, but yeah, anyways, as basically Yayako basically find him and basically pick him up and fly away, taking him go a little bit in like a forest area. So yeah, she would go there, as yeah, when we go over to Naruto's perspective, when Naruto basically like hit the tree, he basically woke up from the beating. He basically woke up for like a brief second, and he saw basically Yayako floating down next to him and was about to pick him up and shit, and he smiled, which normally he would basically be scared, but this time he just felt weird, and like he basically felt like she wasn't gonna hurt him and shit, and basically that she basically was kind of on her side, I guess you can say. Anyways, basically yeah, that would happen, but after that he would basically go back on countries, as she would basically pick him up and vanish, as the third Hokage would be surprised, but he would send some like ninjas or whatever to go look for him. But yeah, he would basically go back in his office and shit to do whatever the heck he basically wants. As we basically skip a couple of hours later, as we see basically Naruto would wake up to see the strange pale white skin. We basically freaking hell. Yeah, he would wake up to see the strange pale white hair. Basically, he sees Yayako just like with pale white skin, the long, sickle bluish, whatever hair, and yeah, all that shit, bro. He basically see her, as she was basically walking back and forth next to a campfire. She was basically looking like a goddess, like the way she was basically walking. It's like she was basically floating, but she wasn't. As if like basically the ground was bowing down to her or whatever. As yeah. As he would open his eyes, as he would basically look at her, appreciating how her endless beauty and shit. As Yayako was currently thinking about how basically this is her mate and shit, and like how she's kind of hot and shit like that, no homo. As he would and she also thought that he was pretty powerful. Like she sensed the power behind the attack and all that, but she was also worried that the fact that she kicked him away basically kind of might have gotten him mad and shit. So she was kind of worried about that, and she was worried that he might basically hit her. As yeah, as she was basically she was slowly going into overdrive mode basically. As then she basically looked towards Naruto's direction, as she basically saw he was basically looking at her, as she froze and slowly, and then after that she basically slowly went to Naruto and basically knelt down, as Naruto just keeps staring. They just keep staring at each other until Naruto basically says, "Who are you?" And she'll say, "I'm not Yaiko Otsutsuki." As Naruto basically asks, "What's a Otsutsuki?" As she'll basically say, "Oh, this is basically my clan," and all of that. As she'll basically explain who she is, like how she was basically Kaguya's daughter, and basically how she was putting the thingy to basically stop her from aging so that she could be with him, and all of that. As Naruto was really shocked, like how he learned about his heritage and shit like that basically, and he was basically really surprised, right? As then freaking as Naruto basically asks her, "Where is Kaguya, your mom?" As she'll basically say, "Well, I don't really know." As then basically we see Black Zetsu come out of the ground, as he'll basically start to laugh. As then they turn around to see him, as Black Zetsu was give one of his famous evil grin, as we start to talk. But guys, this was from Granville. If you guys like and enjoy, let me know what you guys saw this one. Get this video 25 like for next part, and yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna be out for now. Peace.